Yeah. Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And hey, once again, the Wadi How Bashim Yahushai, a couple of brothers back from the Great Millstone Houston camp. I'm the brother Korah Abad, and as always, we got back with us the Elder Tazapah, beloved Elder Tazapah. And shit, bro, see, we got we got a little new intro. We got a new intro. We might start it up a bit, but hey, Elder Tazapah did his thing. He put the thing together, Yapa, man. But in everything he put in there, that's everything that's gonna happen in these last days, things that we gonna report on, man. I was smiling the whole time I was playing, But now we'll have to Tazapah. If you got anything, the floor is yours.
Yeah, man. Shit, I'm glad you like it. I hope you brothers out there like it too. It's all labor of love for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. He gave us this gift. The least we could do is work with it, put these talents to use and not be as the wicked, the slothful servant and hide our talents. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, brother, I mean, as usual, it's a lot going on. Even though you may not see it reported in the news, it's always a lot going on because we at this critical junction, in prophecy, all right, world events. We at a critical junction because Esau know his former or current system went as far as it can go. The apostles just put a lesson out saying that the average length of a empire is 250 years. And America been going since 1776. So he knows it's time to do something new. But what he don't want to respect is that the Most High getting ready to do something new. All right? We about to be put in that top seat. When I say we, all right, I'm throwing myself in there, Lord willing, but I'm talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans, all right? Predominantly, but wherever else, there are Israelites scattered. The next kingdom is for the Israelites, all right? And so it's very exciting times, and it's bittersweet. So, here at Great Millstone, we take the bitter with the sweet. We don't try to make everything all, nice and comfortable and sweet. We deal with it, being in this truth as it comes. All right. But anyway, we get to these scriptures. Go ahead. You can set it up.
I got this to back you up. Going into Esau, know his time short. And you can speak on it if you want. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. And woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea."
Right. We all out here, like Jake say, oh, I'm above ground. Right. Well, you in the earth. You on earth. You inhabiting the earth. So that's all of us. So that woe is to all of us. All right. But there are those who have Yahweh Shai Mashiach. All right. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And those, will escape the woe. But go ahead.
It says, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time."
And that devil being Esau Edom. All right. Esau Edom, so-called white people, it's up. It's a wrap for them. And the elite, They knew going into this that they had a short time. All right. This is why they created a large hadron collider. All right, CERN. This is why they and trying to go to this whole cyber, you know, quantum quantum realm. All right, they've been studying the quantum realm because they think that they can find an answer within that realm, or at least an escape. But there is none. Like the Most High ain't over. Like he don't rule the quantum. That's why they've been showing all these movies, you know, with like Marvel and shit. And it's all about quantum shit. Doctor Strange and all this shit. The Ant-Man. Shit, all of them. But that ain't gonna help Esau. You're gonna have to deal with the right here and the right now in this third dimension, all right, where you done sold all this evil. That's where the Most High gonna bring your ass wherever you hiding and judge you. Esau, go ahead,
Kind of it. That's it. So as you see from the title tonight, it says Thursday Live, wars and natural disasters will bring in the concentration camps or the 15-minute cities, which that's really one of the same 15-minute city as the PG way of saying concentration camp. But before we hop into that, because it's some good info, we got two honorable mentions on a Thursday Live. Now I know me and Taza we spoke about President Erdogan, the president of Turkey, these past couple weeks. Now, one thing that he's been saying is that they got to stop Israel. Israel and America got to be stopped, because he said next, Israel will want to push towards Turkey. Now, all of a sudden, Turkey got hit with a terrorist attack yesterday. A terrorist attack at the aerospace industries headquarters. And it said, I think 5 dead and 22 injured. So again, this is something to keep our eyes on as well. And I believe Turkey already responded. Yeah, it says Turkey hits U.S. allied. It says Turkey hits U.S. allied the Kurds in Syria, Iraq following terrorist attack on defense groups. So Turkey with it. They responded quick. So we're going to see what's going to happen with that. You got someone there, Taza Pa?
No, go ahead,
And the next honorable mention, you also got the BRICS 2024 summit going on right now, which you got Putin and also certain BRICS members, and also members that's not in BRICS but they interested. Well, they at the summit right now, and the main topic is how do we further step away from this American dollar and this Western way of life. So we'll see what's gonna come out from that and what's gonna be said in this. And America will retaliate one way or another. That's pretty much it on those. We can hop into it. If you ain't got nothing.
Yeah, let's roll.
Let's get it. So going into it, as you see from the title, it says wars and natural disasters will bring in the concentration camps, or which is the 15-minute cities. And granted, the concentration camps, that's it might be different, but these things will be one and the same eventually. Now the question is, how will Esau do these things though? And would it mean wars and natural disasters going to bring concentration camps? Because knowing the so-called white man, he going to set up events in the earth that's going to forward his plan. If a brother want to, what that is, Isaiah 10, unrighteous decrees which he have previously prescribed. And we're going to play a couple of these videos before we get into it, because as it was said that North Carolina, and we'll play a quick video, but as it was said in North Carolina that that when that hurricane hit, it happened to hit one of the most profitable lithium spots which not in North Carolina, in America, which was in North Carolina. And now all of a sudden, the same place you have those lithium, those rich in lithium spots, that's what the hurricane hit and is all flooded out. You're gonna see this is something Esau already had in the plans. Now we're gonna play these couple of videos right here, speaking on lithium and what was the driving force for them to do that. Because it ain't just lithium. But how they gonna do it though? They're gonna use natural disasters to wipe people out. What eminent domain? The Elder Ties upon myself was talking about that before, which they gonna mention it in one of these videos. But you know, once upon a time, if Esau wanted you off the land or out your house, it's eminent domain. First, he'll come back, you look, we could pay you out. You know, we'll give you this much. If you say no, then they're gonna get you out of there, and then build a Walmart on top of it. You know, but now they're taking it to the next level and using the blessing that the Lord gave them as far as natural disasters to send hurricanes, so on and so forth, all wars. You know, war written spots like what's going on in Gaza. You about to say something at a time, Paul?
No, I was just saying, yeah.
So let's play this first video. Now, this from 2 years ago. Because before we get into the main portion, these last couple articles, these first little short videos we're gonna play is building blocks to that. Now, this video we about to play is from CNBC television 2 years ago. And also, look, Akim, Akwaf, all these articles is already in the description box. As we going live, is on the description box on the Houston page and in the description on my page. I heard, you know, usually we'll kind of post them up, you know, during a lesson, but I heard, you know, the Apostle around, I was like, man, brothers need to put them in the description box, man. So, hey, you know, I had to do the facial recognition thing with YouTube, and so now they're in the description box, you know, but let's get this real quick. I see the brother Labad and Yahweh posted it. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. So all these things you about to see play out, Esau already got them in their plans. Now again, let's watch this. Make sure the sound good. This is 2 years ago. Watch what they go say about lithium. The title says, America's largest lithium mine ramps up production as the world moves to sustainable energy. The reason lithium is needed because sustainable energy, technology, phones, cars. Let's play it.
Lithium is one of the most coveted materials in the world right now. Some call it white gold. It's a critical material used in...
I'll rewind it back. Remember, this 2 years ago.
Lithium is one of the most coveted materials in the world right now. Some call it white gold. It's a critical material used in batteries, and of course, demand is skyrocketing as energy companies and car makers move away from fossil fuels. For years, the U.S. has relied on other countries for lithium, but now there's a growing push to ramp up production here at home. CNBC's Pippa Stevens got a look at the only active lithium mine in the entire country.
Deep in western Nevada, miles down dirt roads and hours away from a major city lies the place that gives you the power almost everyone needs every day.
So this is the last stage of our evaporation process.
This is Silver Peak, America's largest lithium brine plant. It's one of the only sites in the U.S. actually producing lithium.
We have about 13,000 acres altogether, including the pond systems and the manufacturing site.
Chemicals company Albemarle runs this plant. It's been in operation since the 1960s, but lithium's only just begun gaining widespread attention. The reason? Lithium is critical to everything from cell phone batteries to electric vehicles. And in a world moving quickly towards sustainable energy, production of lithium-ion batteries is critical.
That's one of the challenges I think the U.S. is starting to focus on, which is how do you support advancing technology to be able to have those resources become more cost-effective?
Karen Narwald is the Chief Administrative Officer for Albemarle. She says this is an important step to becoming less reliant on lithium from countries like China. The process isn't simple or quick. Salt water containing lithium is pumped up from hundreds of feet underground. It sits in pools where evaporation concentrates the lithium. It's 2 years before the powdered lithium can be used. Meredith Bandy is the Vice President of Investor Relations.
There's a tremendous amount of demand, and the industry really is having to work hard. Albemarle is having to work hard to keep up with that demand.
No, they said a lot. Elder Taspa, you got something first? Salaki.
Yeah, just on a whole nother note, this man ain't got no business in rulership. I mean, he doing all of that just for a battery. Destroying the earth for batteries. But go ahead. I mean, they murdered people that gave us or wanted to give the world, humanity, free energy. or cars that run on water. They murdered them so they could displace people, murder people, so that they could do this whole process to make a toxic goddamn product and put a toxic product on the market. He's unfit to fucking rule. You know, he can't go no further, man. I'm sick of this fucking shit. For a goddamn battery. But go ahead, brother, make your point.
No, that's it. I get this. Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And that's the thing, on their beds, when they supposed to be at rest, enjoying the, you know, them ruling the world, not even worry about the lower class, not even, they're supposed to be enjoying themselves. But in your rest, you worry about and trying to kill people, man, as the elder was just saying. And even when you think about it, that's the reason, for example, those Teslas are blowing up like they do because of that lithium battery in them.
Yeah, the Tesla's killing people. It's the battery. The battery catch on fire is inextinguishable. Don't nothing put that shit out. Well, that we know of at this particular time. Some will put it out, but yeah, shit, I don't know. You got it out, but I just was watching videos where them cars just be sitting there and just catch on fire, just sitting there. You know, a lot of them that was exposed to the hurricane and the floods was catching on fire because it can't be exposed to salt water. You know, but go ahead, brother. There's just a lot of use, a lot of waste, man. A lot of, you know, shit ain't efficient in the world. People are burnt out. Everything in this earth is burnt out. The saints, the scripture told us is what he was going to try to do to the saints. But shit, everybody burn out and play it out. Tired of this shit, bro. Go ahead,
No, that's it. Shit, that's it, Zaquan. It says when the morning gets light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand, and they cover
That's
fields.
right. Yeah, because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So it's in the power of their hand because they are the wicked. Esau, Edom. All right, go ahead.
Yep, it says, and they cover fields and take them by violence. Hey, that's what we saying. He sent, man, he sent hurricanes to get lithium, killing all type of people. And as you were saying other times of power, that he just rolling over bodies, leaving bodies there. And people in North Carolina said the stench so bad because you could just smell bodies laid out for miles.
Yeah. Yep.
Just to get lithium when you got the world, correct? It says, and they cover fields and they take them by violence and houses, right? Eminent domain, but now he's sending Hurricane Helene. And houses and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Damn. Yeah, hey, that precept hitting hard right there. You know, for the subject matter, that's right on point. But yeah, brother.
Can I see brothers got some more fire precepts? Well, we gonna get to this news now. That was the first video. Remember, that was 2 years ago. And one thing they said over there in Nevada was the biggest producer of lithium in America, but it wasn't doing enough. In order for America to keep up with everybody else in the world, because what's the point? They need it for technology, sustainability, phones, cars. And these are the nations, China and Russia, they already passed them. So now America's saying, well, we gotta make something happen. And watch how all this play together. It's crazy. Watch how all this play together. Remember they talked about this lithium. Let's play this one more time. This 2 years ago. One more time.
Lithium is one of the most coveted materials in the world right now. Some call it white gold. It's a critical material used in batteries, and of course, demand is skyrocketing as energy companies and car makers move away from fossil fuels. For years,
the demand is skyrocketing.
The U.S. has relied on other countries for lithium, but now there's a growing push to ramp up production here at home.
Boom. That's all we need. Now they need to ramp up production here at home. That was 2 years ago. This 6 months ago. from WCNC. And you know Esau, before he do stuff, he put it in the news so you can see it to get the blame off him.
Yep.
Well, we put it in the news. You ain't know what was coming through, get lithium and it's over there. Now check this out. Check this out. That was 2 years ago. This 6 months ago. From WCNC, it says silent majority. Gaston County neighbors are concerned about lithium mine. Before we play this, Gaston County is what? Check this out. Check this out. Gaston County is in North Carolina, right? And Hurricane Helene just mainly hit in what? Asheville. Hurricane Helene just hit in Asheville. Look how close this is. I went about 45 some minutes away, I believe. I looked at, I went 45 minutes away. Right there. And remember, the majority of this pretty much not over here, but over here they making their way over there. Now watch what they're gonna say, just to show how close it is to where this hurricane just hit, this floods, and now the people wiped out like up there, Black Mountain they was, so on and so forth. Now watch what they say in this video. So it says Gaston County neighbors concerned about lithium mine.
Piedmont Lithium is one step
This 6 months ago. Let me take this off.
closer to making its Gaston County mining operation a reality. The company says North Carolina has approved its mining permit, but the biggest hurdle to get the project over the finish line could still be on the horizon. WCNC Charlotte's Destiny Richards joins us now, and Destiny neighbors say they have some real concerns.
Yeah.
In other words, they just told you the biggest push to let them do this mine. In other words, is the people around that they just can't do it.
Project over the finish line could still be on the horizon. WCNC Charlotte's Destiny Richards joins us now, and Destiny neighbors say they have some real concerns.
Yeah, Piedmont Lithium is promising hundreds of jobs and billions of dollars in economic impact, but there are people living in Gaston County who are worried about the mine's impact on the environment. Now, people living here in Cherryville have been fighting against plans for a lithium mine for years. They say those pushing back are part of a silent majority, afraid to say anything publicly because of the money Piedmont Lithium brings into the town. The company's CEO, Keith Phillips, released a statement yesterday saying it plans to develop Carolina Lithium as one of the lowest cost, most sustainable lithium hydroxide operations in the world, and as a critical part of the American electric vehicle supply chain. There are several steps left before the mine can begin operation, but some people worry it's a done deal for Gaston County.
Environmentally, I just don't feel like it's good for us. They've done so much investment now that I think that it's going to go through.
They done so much investing. It was one last step we needed, the people out the way.
And Piedmont Lithium tells us there are still other permits left to obtain, and it also needs to file a rezoning petition still with Gaston County before.
Now we're going to go to the next one. You got some other Tazapah?
No, you good.
Come. Now we're going to go to this video. We're going to play this 18-minute vid, but we're going to play about maybe 5 to 6 minutes of it. Now he's going to go into Hurricane Helene being hit and what's the reason of it, and it's going to bring back this lithium stuff. It's going to bring it back up. And now, just to say we ain't just showing random vids, you have we're going to hit the article, but just to highlight, October 23rd, yesterday, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper admits the WEF, or the World Economic Forum, is buying up American land destroyed by climate change.
Yeah, through FEMA. FEMA is using BlackRock companies, for lack of a better term. Yeah, I may have to do a lesson on that, but yeah, it's BlackRock and the WEF at the end of the day, but they're using FEMA. They working hand in hand with FEMA. So that's the corptocracy. You know, that I believe Alex Jones mentioned that, but that's a rule of the corporations. Corporations call the shots. This ain't no goddamn democracy. Damn sure ain't no republic. This is a corptocracy. But yeah, brother, you got it.
Nah, that's it. That's it. And the thing is, you see Esau making his move while the NFL game's going on. While the NBA just started back up and Bronny and LeBron playing together. While you got I think it's baseball in the World Series. While you got Diddy.
Yep.
Did he do it or didn't he do it? Right? While you got the election. The distractions, man, Esau is really setting up a hedge around you to make a move, man. He destroying the land to come in. What happened with what was said about Tampa? Now, speaking as a man, since all that was coming out, I believe they kind of turned it on and said, okay, we got to hold on because it's gonna be too obvious. But what was the point of Tampa? What was said over there? And when I say them talking about the elites, but they built in a 15-minute city, Bill Gates. What happened over there in Lahaina, Hawaii, with the fires? Because what they want to get these rural spots in America that's rich in lithium and other resources of the earth, and they want to get the beach resort spots. This they plans, which we know it ain't gonna be fulfilled, but this they plans. The point is, we see it actually happening. Let's get into it though.
Yeah, they buying up shit in South America.
Mm-hmm.
But I got this for you. Go into it real quick.
You got it.
Okay, this is. Let's see. All right. I'm in Genesis chapter 27 and verse 38. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. So wherever, this man find fatness, the blessing is with him. That's where he gonna go. That blessing is he got that blessing. So you discover a bunch of shit on your land that's, valuable, you better keep it to yourself. Don't tell nobody. Cause Esau come. He was given the fatness of the earth. Would it be oil? It was oil. And the video you just said, they're getting away from the fossil fuels. So now it's lithium and these other chemicals or metals. There's others, but lithium is the hot one, right? Right now. Cobalt, coltan, all of these things, always silver and gold. They don't never get old. And so, yeah, wherever the land is fat, he gonna come in. So, yeah, he saw, like you went into Isaiah the 10th chapter. Like you went into Micah. He found out about that lithium. He coveted that field. And then he went and wrote grievousness or, wrote grievousness that he prescribed in order to get that land. All right. And I'll give you one example of grievousness which he prescribed. So this goes back with the $750 that they offered to the survivors of the hurricane. In the fine print, that 750 is a loan. And in the fine print, they can come in and basically just take your shit. I know it's a legal term for it. Commandeer, I don't know if that would be the proper term, but they can come in and take over your land just off of that 750 that you didn't know was a loan to pay back. That's grievousness. And this was written years ago. you know? So yeah, brother. So commandeer officially take possession or control of something, especially for military purposes, you know. So yeah, you see it all the time in the movies with the police commandeering people's vehicles, but yeah, they coming to get people's land, and you know, they gonna use eminent domain in these loans. But go ahead,
What that was on Blue Street with Martin, like I gotta cut.
yeah, well, I was thinking about Martin.
Oh, look at that! I typed it in. Look how long it is. I was going look. 144 is a minute and 44
Yeah,
seconds long. I get that though, but nah, that's what I thought about.
yeah, me too.
God. But now we can go ahead and hop into this one. So this the last video before these articles, and just building to see why we about to see a lot more natural disasters, as they would say. Now, of course, the Lord doing it for judgment, but in Esau's mind, he making it happen to get lithium and other minerals and resources. But the Lord doesn't know what's prophesied for this to happen like this. So it says, so this is from a page called Forgotten History. Truth about Hurricane Helene, conspiracy revealed. Now, remember the other two. 2 years ago, they were saying this like white gold. America need to get more lithium plants that need to take off. 6 months ago, they said, look, they started one in North Carolina. They started up there. They got a couple permits, but they got one last obstacle to go through. Let's see what this obstacle was. It was the people.
But we begin tonight with the spiraling emergency after Hurricane Helene, the mounting death toll, at least 182 lives lost.
Right, Justin, the death toll from Hurricane Helene is rising. 102 people have now been confirmed dead, and that number...
When Helene first made landfall on Florida's Gulf Coast as the most powerful hurricane, a Category 4...
Hurricane Helene has proved to be disastrous for Appalachia, as massive amounts of precipitation from the storm caused rapid flooding that has devastated several states, towns, cities, counties. Hundreds of people are missing, thousands displaced. Torrential rainfall from the remnants of Hurricane Helene capped off 3 days of extreme, unrelenting precipitation, which left catastrophic flooding and unimaginable damage in the mountains and southern foothills. The full extent of this event will take years to document, not to mention to recover from. Hurricane Helene was the fourth strongest and destructive hurricane in recorded U.S. history. Hurricane Katrina was only a Category 3. However, what transpired afterwards created a myriad of conspiracy theories, to include the government creating the storm, among others, and to blame them on climate change to justify ripping off U.S. taxpayers to create their own new Green New Deal slush fund. But what is the truth? Did the government, in fact, create the hurricane? Why has the government, through FEMA, not adequately responded to the crisis? What is the reason behind the beliefs that the government wants to confiscate the land? Have there been major roadblocks by government?
Now, what was his question? I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna play it through. What was his question and why the government want to do this? Remember the videos we just played, the 2 short videos. Now he asking the question. Let's let him.
Truth. Did the government, in fact, create the hurricane? Why has the government, through FEMA, not adequately responded to the crisis? What is the reason behind the beliefs that the government wants to confiscate the land? Have there been major roadblocks by government officials in trying to hinder non-federal government relief operations, to include rescues? Hello, I'm Colin Heaton, former history professor, Army and Marine Corps veteran, and welcome to this episode of Forgotten History. There are some people who believe the storm, Hurricane Helene, was generated and directed toward that one area of the country that is staunchly anti-democratic, thus affecting the opportunity for people living there to vote. Some believe that the hurricane's path was guided by ground-based frequency transmitter installations. Atmospheric frequency transmissions can and do have a repelling effect on air masses, especially if and when the air masses have been seeded with electrically conductive nanoparticles. Another theory deals with the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HAARP, a University of Alaska Fairbanks program to observe the ionosphere to include cloud seeding, which has been done for decades to assist farmland with developing rainfall. Logic would dictate that controlling the weather in such a fashion is science fiction. Still, yet another major story and theory is that in the aftermath, the government wants to take the land away from the owners to control those mountain areas because they have large deposits of lithium, the largest in the country, perhaps the world, and other minerals necessary to make electric car batteries. Owners to control those mountain areas because they have large deposits of lithium, the largest in the country, perhaps the world, and other minerals necessary to make electric car batteries and weapon systems. The problem with that is that the government must have justifiable reasons to take private property. Even if they invoke eminent domain, the owners must be adequately compensated. But of interest, Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, is a shareholder along with BlackRock in lithium mining. And
gotta stop that because other times you just mentioned that. BlackRock is a shareholder in lithium mining, and also Doug right here, or like Kamala call him Dougie, right? Doug, the small hat. They shareholders in lithium mining. Now, you want to speak on that because hey, that shows you that hey, it ain't just no random thing. No, this happening by design. You got to do Salagi.
No, I was just gonna say that's who's running the U.S. BlackRock. The Biden Harris, their cabinet administration is bought and owned by BlackRock, lock, stock, and barrel. So yeah, that's heavy. You brought that up because yeah, the small hats, So she pulling the Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, we're gonna finish playing. I put it back a little bit. So now you see the significance in these first two videos. How they crying out, America, we need lithium. We can't let these other nations beat us. 6 months ago in North Carolina, just so happened Hurricane Helene, but 6 months ago in North Carolina, they said we got one. We got a big spot. It's good too. We just got a few more obstacles we got to overcome. Let's go back and play it.
Still, yet another major story and theory is that in the aftermath, the government wants to take the land away from the owners to control those mountain areas because they have large deposits of lithium, the largest in the country, perhaps the world, and other minerals necessary to make electric car batteries and weapon systems. The problem with that is that the government must have justifiable reasons to take private property. Even if they invoke eminent domain, the owners must be adequately compensated. But of interest, Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, is a shareholder along with BlackRock in lithium mining, and he applied for a lithium mining permit on September 24th. Think about that for a second. According to the Forbes report, adding to the conspiracy theory, Steve Peters stated in a video, here's an interesting...
It says September 24th. That's what he got his what did he say he got? Permit. I just looked it up. It says Hurricane Helene. Yep, I just looked it up. It says Hurricane Helene hit. That says September 24th. He got his permit. It says Hurricane Helene. This quick Google search. Hurricane Helene hit Asheville and the surrounding areas September 28th. Just like the apostles bring up, I heard them bring this up before, how before 9/11 hit, I forget, but you had people, I guess insurance or something on a building or whatever it was.
They were taking out put options, and what was that nigga Larry Silverstein? You know, he had insurance already on the at least building 7. I'm not sure if he maybe the Twin Towers too. And he had just took out a big ass policy. And then some of the stockholders, they was taking out put options, which means that's basically you saying you making a bet that the stock fails, you know. So yeah, people got paid. I was gonna bring up 9/11 too, because look at what your leaders did, showing you that this is a psyop and a goddamn false flag. All right, 9/11, George Bush was at a goddamn elementary school reading, I think, something about a pet goat. I don't know. He was reading a book. I believe they say the book was upside down, but he was at a school reading to elementary children. You know, Kamala Harris, during Hurricane Helene, she was on a podcast, something about shit, something daddy. But anyway, you know, this is how they do the shit. They're showing you that, hey, you know, hey, I don't give a damn. They showing you they don't give a damn. But they the ones behind it. They knew it was gonna happen. They meant for it to happen, and they profited off of what happened. Shit, both Bush and 9/11 and Kamala, like you just brought up, her husband got shares. You think she ain't shit? You think they ain't lying her pockets?
And he a small head.
And then she getting some on both ends. She probably got a direct cut, and then you know she get the benefit of what her husband get. You know, pulling a Pelosi. But no, I ain't had nothing else on that.
Okay, that was pretty much it. It got a little more, but it's it's in the description box. We can move on. But even to mention this, because you had just said on 9/11 with George Bush, when you go back to that video, you can look it up. It's on YouTube. He was in that classroom. Now you know how back in the day the teacher she'll point at a word and the whole class is said, you know, like what is this class, and air or sky or whatever, you know, sight words. Well, she was the words that out of all the words that could have been said, she said plane. The next word was hit. And then I think it was still, not still like you still in something, still as in steel, iron or metal, still. Plane hit steel, or plane still hit one order. But the point is, out of all the words, what's gonna happen on that day when plane, as you say, a plane hit the steel? Come on, man, they be playing
that's how they do the shit. Yeah, hey, it's ritualistic.
Oh man, I don't know. It's a lot. That was the type of pie. There you go.
Because it came out how 9/11 was one big ritual, you know, to get us to where we are now. All that was to get them to this point. So now, you know, they pulling their third woke rituals. October the 7th, you know, whatever, nothing else come to mind at the moment, but this is how he does things. You got to catch the patterns. You got to pick up on the cycles. You know, only way to do that is you got to get into the history, like the elders been saying. To figure out the mysteries, you better get into the history. So yeah, brother.
So this is gonna be the last thing, you know, concerning the lithium. But speaking of all of how they found this lithium and it's beautiful, never thinking about it like that. His blessing was the resources, the fatness of the earth. So when somebody say something, he going to get that. And now that
Yeah, he got the green light to go get it. Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
Or had. But yeah, go ahead, make your point.
Nah, that's it. So look what he did in North Carolina to go get that lithium. And now, mind you, this was ahead of time. It was planned. Now, as far as yesterday, October 23rd, 2024, yesterday, massive lithium deposits found across southeastern U.S. could end reliance on imports. Let's see look at where they just found some at, other than North Carolina. So the point is, if they found it here too, what's about to happen in these spots? We're going to read them. It says scientists derived samples from Arkansas, portion of the Smackover Formation, which spans 6 states from Florida's Gulf Coast. So y'all can see the map. Florida's Gulf Coast through parts of Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, and stretching across Texas. If this man just did what he did in North Carolina, sent Helene, something that America ain't seen in years, something that turned up like never seen, what you think he about to do in these states? Remember, hurricane season, yeah, we coming toward the end, but it ain't over yet either. You know, I don't know when it's over, I don't know when it's exactly over, what day, but anything can happen.
The hurricane?
Mm-hmm.
All the way to the end of November 30th.
Come on, man. So what can happen in these southern states?
Yeah, we got a whole another month, and some change. Shit, we right here on this water too. They may not fuck with Houston because now Houston is the home of the Sinaloa and Tren de la Agua, whatever the Tren de Aragua, whoever them fucking idiots are. Now they running operations either, out of Texas or right at the border of Texas. So they set up shop right outside of El Paso, and they say they set up shop somewhere here in Houston. So they might leave us alone on that tip, for now, as far as the hurricanes. But we got our own storms here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, brother.
And I'm about to put that link in the chats too about the plane hitting the steel, just so bros can check that out. Just to show rituals, man. That's for real. They put that in people's faces. He walked in a class and the teacher's like, "Get ready, shout him out." What is this? There's like plane next hit must. I think it said must hit steel. Must hit it.
Yeah.
Isn't it chat?
And why would a president of the free world, want to go see children? You send an aide or I don't know. That's just odd. Just to say, I'm gonna put that on my schedule. I'm gonna go to this one school. Put that in my schedule. We gonna do that. You the most powerful man, allegedly in the world, and you ain't got nothing better to do but go sit in the class. Just like Kamala, you ain't got nothing better to do but go on this. It seemed like a podcast for 304s. But I forget the name of it. Something about daddy. But yeah, you got it, Doc.
But now we ain't gonna read into this, just showing, and this was put out yesterday. Matter of fact, we got to read a little bit. This put out yesterday. Massive lithium deposits found across southeastern the United States. Now again, remember what just happened remember what just happened to the last state. It says the study led by the United States Geological Survey discovered between 5 million and 19 million tons of lithium reserves in a rock formation in the southern part of the continental U.S. Esau, come and get that. So what he got to do to get that though? So again, we about to see more of these, as they call, natural disasters, or however it's about to be. because something gonna have to happen to get the people out the cities. And then now this gonna be a good segue into the next thing. Get the people out the cities or out those rural areas, and either get them out the rural areas and bring them into the cities. And if you in the city, you will be brought to, because again, at the end of the day, they're setting up these concentration camps. That's what it's coming to. 15-minute cities. So they go take the people out their homes where they're dwelling, and then if you want help and aid, which people need that, where you gonna go? Right into their arms.
Yeah.
Right into their arms. You got it.
No, you go ahead, bro.
So this was put out yesterday too, October 23rd, 2024. Now remember everything we just read. Lithium and the government and the FEMA come and get it. So like I'm excited. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper admits the WEF is buying up American land destroyed by climate change. Remember, they just said climate change. They need a PG word. Like 15-minute city is really the PG word of a concentration camp. You know? It says North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper has admitted that the WEF are partnering with the United States government to buy up land caused by man-made weather disasters in America. Cooper declared during a New York Times climate forum earlier this month that climate change was causing more frequent hurricanes, and because of that, globalist elite land grabs was a more prudent approach to rebuilding. One more time. It says, he said that climate change was causing more frequent hurricanes, and because of that, globalist elite land grabs were a more prudent approach to rebuilding.
Yeah, it fit right in beautifully with their, global warming scam. Fits beautifully.
Now we're gonna just play it. So there's some speaking.
Sure, North Carolina had two 500-year storms within 20 months of each other in the same place. We just had a 1,000-year storm event in southeastern North Carolina, 1,000-year. We know that that's not true anymore. We know that these events are going to become more and more intense. So we've spent a lot of time being smart about.
If a brother want to put in the chat 2 Ezra 16, when it say, as a woman in travail, so shall the plagues be that coming forth, they shall slack not a moment. Salaki.
Sure, North Carolina had two 500-year storms within 20 months of each other in the same place. We just had a 1,000-year storm event in southeastern North Carolina, 1,000-year. We know that that's not true anymore. We know that these events are going to become more and more intense. So we've spent a lot of time being smart about the way we approach rebuilding. We go into communities, we work with them, we have plans for local governments. In some areas, you just shouldn't build back. And we've been able to convince certain communities and people that buyouts are better, and you create green space that soaks up flood water that comes and protects surrounding areas. When you do build back, you have to invest more in order for property to be more resilient. But when it is elevated, we even saw in some of the storms subsequent that those properties were unaffected because we had made them more resilient. So those are the challenges that we're facing every day. And it's one of the reasons why we've been able to get a number of Republican local officials, particularly on the coast, who said, okay, guys, climate change is here. We know that we have to do something about it. We know that the United States is the leader in the world, needs to set an example. North Carolina needs to set an example. And so we've gotten a number of them on board. There's still a lot of climate denialists out there.
Man, that man said a whole lot. You want to speak on that, Tazapar?
Oh, no, I got a precept though.
Okay, Khan, you got it.
Yeah, I was just looking at something right quick. Okay, so I want to bring out real quick. Did you see his demeanor? No, Salah. But yeah, you see his demeanor. You look at him. He got his hands folded in his lap. He kind of slouched over. He's crouching. He's humbling himself. So in the book of Second Ezra, chapter 10 and verse Salakia. Sirach.
Or Sirach 12 and 10.
Yes, Sirach 12 and 10. It says, okay, here we go. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. And it says, never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. So he's coming, he's speaking as if he's not a rusty red bastard.
Yeah.
And on the surface, like, no, he got a suit and tie, clean cut. On the surface, he could pass for the part. Well, I know for a fact he'll goddamn lie. Cause he's setting up he's setting up the narrative to go into climate change and global warming and all this, and this is just natural. And we need to, make a response to Hegelian dialectic. We need to respond to this natural occurrence that we didn't have nothing to do with. We didn't have nothing to do with this. I don't know where this global warming came from.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, there's global warming everywhere. And so he coming as if like, oh yeah, it's just, it's just one of these things that we got to do this and do that. It's always something that you, the people, got to do. They don't never come out and say, well, management or leadership need to do this, that, and the third. No, it's always you giving up something. Something being taken away from you. All right? Resources, manpower, energy, whatever. And that goes back to what I said earlier. People are burnt out. This place will suck you dry, and not in the good sense. But people seem to like it, especially you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. You men that ain't out there sighing and crying, you must like it. So, more power to you motherfuckers. You got it out.
Because I want to read this real quick just to show you, because this gonna be a beautiful segue into the last two articles on what this man said. Now, think about it. All these things go together. 2 years ago, they said, look, we need minerals out the earth, lithium. And then they did it. They sent it to get the people out the way, the last hurdle. And then what backed it up, you had the North Carolina who out there, the governor said, yeah, that's what we did. And we're going to read this little portion. I would play it, but, we just going to read it. It'll be faster. The point is, they saying, yeah, we wiping people out. Then we go in and we buy them out so they don't build back. And then we set up what we want to set up. And then when we do build back, it's going to be what? The 15, he ain't say 15-minute cities. We're going to read it, but the 15-minute cities are a concentration camp. And we got a little proof. In North Carolina right now, we're going to play a little video. But they building, now this ain't it. I think it's just like a photo op, But they already got a FEMA camp set up. Come on, man. So this is what he said again. InfoWars, it says, this is what he said. We spent a lot of time being smart about the way we approach rebuilding. When he say rebuilding what? They talking about the NWO, getting ready for that, going into the new way of doing things. That's why you say, hey, the scripture says about Esau's counsel. The Lord dimming that light ain't no, he making things difficult for them now. But anyway, he says we go into, check this out, we go into communities, we work with them. We have plans for local governments. In some areas, you just shouldn't build back. In other words, what it probably ghettos was, what up there in Appalachia with them old bugged out ass Edomites and them Edomites up there, the incest Edomites up there. Yeah, you shouldn't even build that back. Just let them go.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think. That's what I was saying. That's that surface shit. But what he really mean is the lands that we want is the lands that shouldn't be rebuilt. You know, I don't know if you understood that or not, but that's what he meant. The lands we want, yeah, that's the ones that's not gonna get rebuilt with the resources and shit. It ain't about what was on the land, but what's in the land. That's what he was talking about. But yeah, they want you to believe, oh yeah, because certain elements, or whatever. But nah, it's really the lands that they covet. That's the one they don't want to rebuild or want you to believe that shouldn't be rebuilt.
I'm gonna read Michael. Oh, we read that already. Okay, yeah, we read that already.
Yeah, we went into that.
We covered Phil's. Okay, that's it. So it says, I'm gonna read this and we can move on. It says, and we've been, so after he get them off the land, like the elder said, like that he won't, it says, and we've been able to convince certain communities and people that buyouts are better. Look, let us just give you the money.
Right.
Then he says, and you create green space that soaks up flood water that comes and protects surrounding areas. We get the destruction out of there. And when you do build back, you have time to invest more in order for property to be more resilient.
Green space, that's code for not for your ass. It's not going to be for living purposes. So it'll be given over to the corporation for whatever in the case of North Carolina, they're gonna set up the mines. Piedmont gonna start getting that paper, big paper. Kamala gonna get her kick and still sit there and tell you how she grew up middle class and had it rough, but not that rough, and used to smoke weed with Tupac, and she kicked it with Ice Cube and all this shit. And this bitch is raking in money hand over foot. They're just, using that office. Well, shit, pouring herself out. To the lobbyists. But yeah, brother, what else you got?
I got this last little part. It says the Democrats' Build Back Better agenda is simply an arm of the globalist Agenda 2030 meant to acquire property to usher in a technocratic smart city nightmare under the guise of fighting climate change.
There it is.
That's the plan.
They just explained when Joe Biden ran on that Build Back Better, this is what he was talking about. Reconstruction. All right. And then going back to 9/11, you see how they reconstruct. They just demo the shit with people in it. They come in, demo. They don't give a damn who there. As long as they people ain't there. And shit, they gonna demo that shit. Come through, clean up the the aftermath, and they gonna build back better. But again, for the people, no, for themselves. They building back better for them. But yeah, brother.
Yeah, I ain't catch that either. That about you shouldn't build.
Oh yeah. They was saying, man, you see, you didn't wipe that glass real good, huh? You gotta wipe that looking glass better. Yeah, he talking about for them. Well, you know, the lands that they want is the ones that they gonna say, you know, well, we shouldn't, you know, redevelop this land. You see how it floods. We don't want y'all to get flooded again, but the whole time they covered it, you know, they covered in fields, taking them by violence. But they coming as, we want you to be safe, you know, while they just bulldoze your relatives, family members, but they care about you though.
Now we ain't gonna hit this. We ain't gonna read this article because the Apostle Hall, the Apostle Ramlab, and you had the Elder Menachezak as well touch on it, and the brother, his name slipped my mind, Minaval. I know those they did a video on it, but I just want to play one little video. Now this going into also because we see how they could use climate change or going green or natural disasters to be an excuse to wipe out and then rebuild, to start a new world, a planet of a new world. But that's not going to be the only event that they can use. There's also war. Look at what Israel doing over there. And it's not just Israel, as you see from the title. This from Uncaptured Media, put out October 21st, 2024. And all this in the description box. Under the video, it says the United States authorizes CIA mercenaries to run biometric concentration camps in Gaza. Now, I'm sure, we all seen the videos on the apostles and the elder do their lesson on it. So we ain't gonna go into it, but there's a point, a quick video I do want to play. You want to speak on this real quick, Elder Tazapah? You had anything?
No, I ain't got nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna play this quick video because again, let me just play it and shut up.
When crisis hits, GDC is there for you. A comprehensive security solution for companies, government agencies, and nonprofits living or operating in high-risk areas. Think of us as Uber for war zones. In one simple click, using our app or dedicated phone lines, we activate our entire platform to address your emergency needs, be it evacuation assistance or delivery of humanitarian supplies. Our expert teams get your people out safely and effectively, provide emergency services, or deliver life-saving medicine, resources, and food, ensuring critical supplies reach those who need them most, no matter the situation. With local teams operating in over 100 countries supported by a 24/7 command center, we react swiftly and effectively to any crisis at the push of a button, even in the most dangerous environments. War zones, conflict areas, or natural disasters.
That's where they're going to be at. War zones, conflict areas, and natural disasters. And this go into it. It was over. But I'm going to finish it. It's going to go into this last article because in North Carolina, what is that right now? A conflict zone in a sense. But not really, but it's a natural disaster just hit.
Yeah.
Now, because now this what they got planned or going on right now too in Israel, but who sent the people? America sent the people. So the same thing will go on over here. Now in North Carolina, after this natural disaster just hit, you have this FEMA went out there and set this thing up. Now they talking about to aid the people. But when you go into this thing, this is what they talking about. Eventually, that's gonna be biometric too. People ain't just gonna be getting one of those IDs. Well, I ain't got my ID, but I had kept my social security, Man, East know it's going biometric. Because remember, how you see, and that's why it's good a natural disaster. You know why? Because when that hit, you ain't got your wallet on you. You ain't got your important paperwork with you, man. You gonna have what you have on you. So now it's okay. We don't know who is what. Well, look, get this device in you or on you. Eventually, gonna be in you. Just like when 9/11 hit, IDs and all that. What they
know what country? You know what country It's a country in Africa. They going full MOTB. That's gonna be my next lesson. Are they getting ready to go full MOTB in Africa, in the land of Ham?
I don't know if it's Nigeria. I don't know, but Con.
Yeah.
So you see, it said you also like. I didn't mean to cut you off. Forgive me.
No, that was it. I was just wondering if you had heard about it. I forget.
Yeah, I don't too much remember either.
Okay.
Con.
Those who need them most, no matter the situation. With local teams operating in over 100 countries supported by a 24/7 command center, we react swiftly and effectively to any crisis at the push of a button, even in the most dangerous environments. War zones, conflict areas, or natural disasters, you can count on GDC. GDC.
No. They said they're all over the world with it. They could just have different company names. The point is, it's global. Going into this last one, this came out 2 days ago, October 22nd, on Natural News. Massive new FEMA camp pops up overnight in Candler, North Carolina. What they said, let me see, Gaston to Candler. I just want to see. So it's all in the same, all in the same range. So this new thing that just popped up is over there by over there by Asheville. This is where everything happened at, the flood. So it's popped up right here by the flood. But look what they buy. Remember in Gaston County, that's where they got the lithium at. Not to just say it's all about the lithium. It's reason Esau doing all these things. And ultimately, he want to what? Start this NWO and lock the people down, man. That's his ultimate goal. Put a C up in everybody. So we can read a little bit of this. It says, massive new FEMA camp pops up overnight in Candler, North Carolina, and Vanderstill exposes the truth. Now, I don't know if this it. I don't know. She didn't get this on camera. So it might just be a photo op. So it says, locals in Candler, North Carolina are reporting that suspicious Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, camp has been set up urgently in the area. They raised concern about how it popped up when the agency's personnel have not been extended them assistance and appear to have already left them while recovering from the disastrous aftermath of Hurricane Helene. So it says, so in other words, it's saying, we thought y'all love, y'all ain't help us, but y'all setting this up. So we will just play it. It says, we will just play the video. Is this a giant installation of a FEMA camp? Now, remember, we just seen this video, like in Israel, what they got planned. A group of men coming with weapons to deliver food. I'm going to speed it up some, because we'll wind it down after this.
Hey, everybody. Hop in here. We are live in Candler, North Carolina. And we are approaching a massive installation. We actually got some drone footage of this the other day. And it's a camp that popped up in a matter of days. We actually stopped by some of the locals that live around here. And we were asking about it, and they said it's a FEMA camp and it's being leased. It's property that belongs to a trucking company, they thought. We actually did a little research and we looked into who owns this property. I'm going to get my notes here in a second and pull it up. But it is owned by somebody else. It's owned by the Smoky Park LLC. I'm going to flip the camera around here in a minute. But it's got armed guards. And it is a massive installation that literally, according to the residents that live around here, that have eyes on it because they overlook this property, it popped up in a matter of days. They've got climate controlled trucks and trailers, I should say. It's pretty well organized. It's got one entrance in and one entrance out. So we're walking in and we're going to ask them live who they are, what they're doing here. Are they under government contract? Is it FEMA? Yesterday.
So I'm gonna skip it up to the encounter. Let's see.
So that's why I said what I said last Tuesday. That we're not gonna push that false narrative, that talking point. Oh, FEMA out of money. Are they paying these armed guards? Or they just volunteer to stand there all day? And somebody had to construct those facilities. I know it's probably prefab or whatever, but it's got to be set up. So no, I don't believe the U.S. corporation got money for what the U.S. corporation wants. So that show you right there, they ain't out of money. But yeah, brother, you got it.
That is it.
Oh, and then they're gonna have to pay the to staff those once they start bringing people in, they're gonna need staff.
God, let's see.
Stick with us. We're going to figure out what's going on.
That's a tornado tank. They're bringing in a tornado shelter house in there. I think it's made of steel and stuff, but
Going on. Maybe I can slide it with this truck. They won't see me. Hi. I'm Ann Vandersteel with Steel News.
Okay.
I'm live right now, and I'm just wanting to find out what y'all are doing here and who's organizing and who's actually.
And you know what? Just looking at these guys, outward appearance, which what the scripture in Sirach says, you could tell what a man is by his gait, But that last article we just read, it says that it was U.S. mercenaries going out there to set up biometric camps. These niggas like straight mercenaries. Look.
Hi.
And I'm just going off the stereotypical mercenary tattoos and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's what they said they was gonna do to down in Florida. Send our mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, brother.
Hi. I'm Ann Vandersteel with Steel News.
Okay.
I'm live right now, and I'm just wanting to find out what y'all are doing here and who's organizing and who's actually got the property under lease.
Okay. Give me 1 second, and I'll go ahead and just get some supervisor to come out here and speak to you.
Okay. Are you guys private security?
Yes, ma'am.
You are? Who's your contract with?
Strategic Security Corps.
Hey, and that's what mercenaries is, private security.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what was that one? It was like a private military firm. They went out there in Iraq. I forget, not Black Rock, but there was some mercenaries, and it was cold too from America. We know all over, but man, I forget. If I remember, I'll put it in the chat.
And who did they
remember?
I'm about to just play it. I'm gonna look it up, see if I can find it.
Do you guys know who your contractor is?
We'll be able to answer all your questions for you. Who'd you say you're with, ma'am?
Steel News?
Roger. I'm Shaw, executive producer. Hey, Jim. Nice to meet you guys.
Blackwater.
Okay.
Yeah, Blackwater.
Okay.
Yeah. Look it up. Brothers can, but that's a mercenary group, Blackwater. I think they went out there and assisted America in Iraq, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm just gonna let him do the talking. Yeah. Appreciate it.
You guys kind of popped this up pretty quickly. I was talking with some of the locals. They said it happened pretty fast.
I was not here for that, so I'm not very
Are you
sure,
local
to be
here? Are you
honest.
from this area?
I'm just traveling, trying to help.
Traveling,
So,
trying to help. Are these disaster relief efforts for the people in North
hey,
Carolina?
Guys, go ahead and come on and call next for me. I guess. Let me give Daniel a shout here.
Is this a contract with the federal government?
Hey man, how are you? It's me up here. Okay. Come on up. Come on up. All right, just come down and speak with you guys, man.
Okay.
Where's that?
I guess I've never seen a tornado shelter mobile like that. That's interesting. You ever seen a tornado shelter mobile?
I've got a whole bunch of them.
How would you know you have tornadoes coming? Unless this is, I didn't think this was.
You know, Taza, I'm just planning. You can let me know if you want me to skip it up because I'm just, so I can see it. But it's in the chat if you want to kind of wind it down.
Yeah, that's good. I thought you had a point.
No, I was just, kind of just showing, it's out there because it really, they just question them. She was questioning them. They do work for a private agency. In other words, that could be another way of the professional way of saying a mercenary. But so they got this set up in North Carolina right now after a natural disaster. Just like this previous video, what's going over there in Gaza right now, the Gaza Strip, after war, is what? You having mercenaries being sent, men in military uniform being sent to help the people. Why? It's going to be the first concentration camp set up. Matter of fact, I get a quick precept, Revelation 2.
Okay, I got it. You want Revelation 2 and 9 or 2 and 10?
2 and 10.
Right. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
God.
So yeah, the point there being it says that the devil shall cast some of you into prison. All right. You want to go into it?
Nah, that's it. That's what we're saying. Like I said in 2 Esdras 15, is also gonna be the city is also gonna be locked down. There's gonna be no more free access. We coming into those times again. They're gonna make up situations, make up scenarios, make things up, just like 911. They made that up.
Yeah, prisons and concentration camps, just synonymous, pretty much. Prisons are concentration camps of criminals. But this would be a concentration camp of well, the unfortunate, But yeah, brother. Shit, that was all you had?
That's it. That's it. I get one more if you don't mind.
Yeah. All right.
2 Esdras 6 and 16 and 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. The world shall mourn and sorrow shall come upon it on every side, man. You see? So just as a woman in travail, those contractions get closer together, and the closer they get together, the more painful they be. What the Lord said, the same thing he about to do. These plagues about to be back to back eventually, not just 4 years ago. Remember CV, we had the lockdown? No, things gonna be closer together, and it's gonna have a bigger impact on society. everybody will eventually be touched, man. But we have the comfort. The Lord told us about these things ahead of time. We was able to prepare ourselves, and Lord willing, you know, we are prepared. But then what we have hope that we're gonna be saved through these things. That's it. That's it. And we need, and also we understand we need him to come anyway if we want to get to where we want to be. Seeing Yahweh Shai, being with the Lord and being changed, man. So that's pretty much it, Elder Tazapah.
Oh, that's all I got. You take it on home.
Con. But hey, with that, you know, Lord willing, this information, you know, this news, this Thursday live was edifying. And with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory once again unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders, and as well as their elders, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. Keep fighting, keep pushing, and we almost out.
Hey, the brother Lions Den, he had posted a little something on Blackwater because they was at Katrina. I remember, I forgot all about that. But yeah, throughout the Lions Den, it said that sniper Chris Kyle did work for Blackwater in it should be New Orleans when Katrina happened, and he put it. Oh shit. Okay, and he put it in his book before he was unalive. It said, "Oh, y'all should check out what he said in his book about Katrina." Yeah, I can only imagine. But yeah, they was it sure was, brother. They was at Katrina in New Orleans. Yep, and I ain't got to tell you what they was doing. You know what they was there doing. You know what they was down there for. You know, and there's witnesses to that shit. You know, but yes, hey, that's the American way, brother. So yeah, that's it.
Hey, yeah, the brother Alawap, he just texted me and told me that he knew some people in Blackwater, you know. So not saying, but yeah, you know, he was in that field military.
Yeah.
Say he was recruiting soldiers to go in there. But this them, you know, they was going around look like regular men, but these gonna be the people who at the camps, who at the, you know, the FEMA spots and all that. I heard they was out there in Iraq getting busy. Like innocence and all that. Whoa, these gonna be the second edge of 16 and 57 around there. Sparing none. Sparing none. These them. Yep, these them. Not just saying Blackwater, of course, but men like this, mercenaries, military people, the UN troops, the blue hats as they call it, man. But mainly these mercenaries, they just hired to kill people. They get paid to kill people. Come on, man.
Yep.
That's it. But again, too, remember everything in the description box. You know, we're gonna stop posting them in the chat. We're gonna hit them in the description box so they could be at all times, you know?
Right.
God. Hey, and look, last day, other times apply. Hey, he blesses us with a new intro. And we're gonna put it for the outro too, so y'all can see that. It's fire, you know. But hey, with that, that's all I got, Zaquan. You got it.
Yeah, that's it, brother. Hey, to the next one. Shalom.
Shalom.